The topic today is one that I have spent a lot of time dissecting. As technology continues to change and advance in the recruiting industry, not just the recruiting industry, but for any hiring manager, there are so many ways that it is making our jobs easier as we try to find the right talent to join our organization. But is it really efficient? So the online application system has become the norm for many companies seeking really to streamline their hiring processes. These systems are used for their efficiency and ability to handle a large volume of applications swiftly. They serve as a primary gateway for job seekers where the resumes and the cover letters are uploaded at the click of a button and processed through algorithms designed to filter and rank candidates based on specific criteria. And while these online systems offer undeniable convenience and operational efficiency, they also introduce significant limitations and can impede a hiring manager's ability to identify and attract the talent that they are looking for. The impersonal nature of these systems, combined with an over-reliance on the algorithms, can result in the exclusion of potentially excellent candidates who may not fit traditional molds of keywords, perimeters, but who possess the skills and the attributes necessary for success in the particular roles that you're hiring for. One of the most significant drawbacks of online application systems is their inherently impersonal nature. These systems are designed for efficiency. They prioritize data and metrics over the personal interaction, which can be important for assessing a candidate's full potential. In the recruitment process, understanding a candidate's soft skills such as communication, adaptability, and teamwork is really vital as for their technical abilities. However, these soft skills are impossible to gauge through digital forms and resumes alone, which is history. People have used resumes throughout the beginning of time for as long as, who knows how long resumes have been used for, but they've been used for a long time and nothing's changed. A resume is a resume. The only thing that has changed is the way that they're set up. Without the opportunity, though, for personal interaction early in the hiring process, there's subtle cues that might indicate a candidate's suitability for a company's culture can be very easily missed. For example, a candidate's enthusiasm, their professionalism, their communication, or even their sense of humor, those traits might make a perfect fit within their team, but they might go unnoticed because you don't have the ability to see that through these online portals. These qualities are rarely captured in the structure of the job application portals, but they're often revealed in face-to-face or even video interactions, video interviews. Consider the scenario where a candidate submits a cover letter through an online system. The letter may be eloquently written and it might check all the right boxes in terms of qualifications and experience. However, it might not and probably does not reflect the candidate's ability to engage effectively in a team meeting or think on their feet during a crisis, traits that might be needed for a particular role. In another instance, a hiring manager might overlook a potential hire who could excel in a collaborative environment simply because their resume does not include specific keywords that the algorithm searches for. By relying solely on online applications, companies risk not only potentially overlooking individuals who could bring such a unique perspective and skills, but also failing to engage candidates who seek a human connection in their potential employer. This detachment can turn talented individuals who value company culture and personal growth as much as career advancement, it can turn them away. Here's an example of a recent story about an individual who almost slipped through the cracks due to the limitations of an online application system. It was a client of mine, and she had spent several years working in various manufacturing roles where she developed significant skills in negotiation, cross-cultural communication, and team leadership. Despite her broad experience, her resume didn't feature the typical corporate jargon that or the specific technical skills listed as was required for the job. Fortunately, the hiring manager had decided to conduct a couple of informal interviews on some candidates that she saw had some skill on their resume. And so she conducted these informal interviews for candidates who just showed an unusual career path or something unique on their resume. And during her interview, she demonstrated not only her remarkable ability and leadership skills, but also shared insights from her diverse experience that could be applied to solve some of this company's ongoing challenges. Her ability to think outside of the traditional corporate framework and her innovative problem-solving approach were so compelling. She was hired and went on to lead a new outreach initiative that proved very crucial for the company's expansion in emerging markets, and a role that she uniquely qualified for, which might not have been evident from her online application alone. Her success story highlights the significant limitations of relying solely on online applications and prompting this particular company to revise their screening processes to include more personal interactions in the hiring stage. So there's a lot of companies that really have an over-reliance on the algorithm. And of course, as we mentioned, that can eliminate the best talent. The recruiting process is increasingly governed by algorithms designed to streamline the hiring process of companies these days. And these algorithms typically function by scanning a resume or an application for specific keywords and criteria that align with the job description. Now, this method is undeniably efficient in a large number of resumes. It allows companies to handle a large volume of applications coming in quickly. However, the efficiency comes at a cost. Algorithms are inherently limited to quantitative analysis. They identify and prioritize candidates based on the presence of specific words or phrases that match the job description. Now, here's a couple of things with this. Many times, job descriptions are not updated often enough to reflect what the job is actually doing today. So you might have a job description that is 5 years old that really hasn't been reviewed and updated. And so some of the information on that job description is going to be outdated. This method can inadvertently overlook candidates with unique and diverse backgrounds that might be able to bring essential skills and new perspectives to a role. For instance, a candidate with extensive international experience or a career changer who has developed a wide range of transferable skills may not use the standard industry specific verbiage that's expected by the algorithm. As a result, their resume might not pass through the initial automated screening, and half the time, more than half the time, it does not, despite their potential high value to the organization. These systems are often failing to recognize the soft skills that are crucial for the organizational success. It's impossible for these systems to understand some of these soft skills, such as emotional intelligence, leadership qualities, and the ability to innovate and collaborate. An algorithm cannot pick that up. Consider a candidate who has demonstrated significant innovation in a previous non-related field, or someone who has developed super strong leadership skills in a volunteer capacity. These experiences might not be included in the keywords of the algorithm and the way that it is programmed to detect, but it's an indicative of a candidate's potential to excel in the new role. An example of this issue can be seen in the tech industry, where a programmer with years of unconventional software development work, perhaps maybe even the educational software or a self-taught developer contributing to open source projects might be overlooked. Their resume might not contain the typical keywords expected for a corporate software development role. However, their ability to think outside of the box and approach problems from unique angles could be exactly what the organization needs to innovate and stay ahead of the competition. By relying heavily on these algorithms, companies risk missing out on candidates who do not fit the traditional mold, but have the potential to offer invaluable contributions and foster innovation within the company. This setup, while it does streamline, does not permit this kind of spontaneous, revealing dialogue that can uncover deeper insights into the candidate's capabilities, enthusiasm, and suitability for the role. These submissions lack the dynamic of real-time interaction and offer no opportunity for follow-up questions that might clarify a candidate's experience or intentions. As a result, most hiring managers cannot gauge nonverbal cues such as passion, commitment, interpersonal skills, which are often so crucial for assessing how well a candidate would mesh within the team and the company's culture. In contrast, though, more interactive recruiting approaches such as networking events, targeted headhunting, and informal meetups allow for a more organic exchange of information and impressions. For instance, at a networking event, a hiring manager can engage in a conversation with a potential candidate, ask probing questions, and observe the candidate's response in real time. This type of interaction not only provides immediate insights into the candidate's communication skills and professional demeanor, but it also offers a glimpse into their ability to think on their feet and interact socially within a professional context. Targeted headhunting involves reaching out to candidates with specific skills and experiences. You're engaging them in discussion about their career goals and interests. And this method really allows a recruiter or a hiring manager to directly assess the fit and the potential beyond what is evident on a resume. It also enables a recruiter or hiring manager to present the company in a more engaging manner, tailoring the interaction to highlight how the organization's values align with the candidate's aspirations. And so people hear me talk quite a bit about this over the last couple of years. It is just as important for you as leader and hiring manager to want to attract the candidate in a way that is going to bring more people to you. So we're not in a market anymore where people are going to be rushing to work for your company. You have to be as appealing to them as you want them to be to you. The interactive methods offer a stark contrast to impersonal natures of the online applications. They not only enhance the recruitment process by building a more personal connection with potential candidates, but also significantly increase the chances of identifying and attracting individuals who are genuinely enthusiastic and potentially a great fit for your company. There are missed opportunities here also for employer branding, which is so important now. The online application system offers limited opportunities for organizations to effectively communicate their employer brand and engage candidates on a personal level. The systems typically reduce the application process to a series of forms and checklists, which can convey impersonal images of your company or an impersonal image of your company. And this method of recruiting does little to showcase an organization's culture, your values, or the dynamic aspects of its work environment, which are absolute key factors in attracting candidates. This is going to be the candidate's decision-making process is your employer branding. Again, candidates you need to attract the candidates as much as the candidates want to attract you. Employer branding is about more than just attracting talent, though. It's about attracting the right talent by resonating with their personal aspirations and their personal values. This is what a match is all about. A compelling employer brand can really differentiate a company from its competitors, but the nuances of this branding are often lost in the standardized format of the online applications. Without the ability to engage directly, companies miss the chance to communicate their unique aspects of their culture that might appeal to top candidates. In contrast, active recruiting strategies like career fairs, open houses, and tailored recruiting events offer a platform for companies to present themselves more dynamically and attractively. These events allow organizations to interact face-to-face with potential candidates. This gives you, the employer, the opportunity to show your brand, to be lively, to be engaging. You're in that environment. It gives you that opportunity. We talk about career fairs. Your company representative has the opportunity to speak directly about your company's mission, the exciting projects that you're working on, and the growth opportunities that are available, all of which can really be tailored in real time to the interest of the candidate that they are meeting. This is going to change from candidate to candidate. You're not going to have the same spiel for each candidate because it depends on the role. Also, open houses invite candidates into the physical location of your space where they might be working and allow them to experience the company culture. This kind of direct engagement not only helps candidates feel more connected to the company, but it also provides a clearer, more tangible sense of what working at the company would be like. These types of interactions are absolutely invaluable for building a strong employer brand that is both relatable and appealing. These types of strategies allow companies to demonstrate their commitment to finding the right fit for their team, not just filling positions. You want to find the right people, they want to join the right company. And by investing in relationships from the very first point of contact, you and your company can have a sense of belonging and alignment with the candidates who share their values and visions. And then that in turn enhances their personal brand and attracting candidates who are likely to be more engaged and far more committed to you. As organizations really navigate the complexities of modern day recruiting, and it is a constant navigation because things are always changing, blending technology with personalized interactions can really significantly improve the hiring process. Here are some actionable solutions and alternatives that can be implemented. First, you want to incorporate initial phone screenings or video calls. I personally like to start with a phone screening and then move to a video call. This is a personal preference. There's no right or wrong. Though the one effective way to enhance the candidate assessment early in the process is to incorporate the phone screening or the video calls. These types of interactions allow you, the hiring manager or leader, to quickly gauge a candidate's communication skills, professionalism, and enthusiasm before even proceeding to a more resourceful, intensive stage of the hiring process. The phone or video interviews can provide a much more dynamic sense of the candidate's personality and their suitability for your company culture, which is often not obviously conveyable through written applications alone. Also, use online applications as part of a holistic strategy. And while the online applications are a valuable tool for managing the initial stage of the recruiting process, they should not stand alone. Instead, these systems should be integrated into a broader, holistic recruitment strategy that prioritizes human interaction and candidate engagement. This approach ensures that while the process benefits from the efficiency and organization that technology offers, it also retains the personal touch necessary for effective and efficient hiring. Enhance your online interactions, even within the framework of online applications. Steps can be taken to make the process much more engaging. Personalized automated responses that provide information about the company culture or next steps can make the process feel a lot more human and engaging. Incorporate videos and interactive content into your application process that showcases the company's work environment, the employee testimonials, and other aspects of the corporate culture to engage candidates on a much more deeper level. And then engage through various channels. Continually engage potential candidates through social media, company career blogs, and professional networking sites. This not only keeps the candidates informed and interested in the company, but it also builds a community around the company's employer brand. This, in turn, will get people to start referring others to you as well. And also be sure to have regular feedback and communication. You want to maintain regular communication with your candidates throughout the recruitment process. Provide feedback after each stage. Even if it is a rejection, it can significantly enhance the candidate's experience and perception of the company. This open line of communication respects the candidate's efforts and it keeps them connected to the company for future opportunities. You don't want to burn any bridges. You want to make sure you're keeping that line of communication open as much as you possibly can. Again, it's impossible really to give feedback to everyone that applies for your roles. You just absolutely cannot do that, especially if you're in a company that is used to having a lot of applications come through. But as you're interviewing each time for specific roles, I highly recommend that you at least give some type of feedback. We appreciate you submitting your resume. Thanks for speaking with us earlier. However, we will not be moving forward in this process, but we will keep you in our database system should anything happen to come open in the future. If you are a leader or a hiring manager, I really hope that the information that I provided to you today was helpful. If you did enjoy it, I ask that you please share this with your network. I'd love to connect with you, get to know you. Be sure to stay tuned for upcoming events related to recruiting, hiring, and retention. We are here to help you build a thriving and engaging workforce.